Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I hope you guys are doing well. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit the red subscribe button down below. Turn your post notifications on so that you won't miss any new uploads from me. Alright, so this story time is basically about what it was like moving from Jamaica to England. If you don't already know, I am Jamaican. I was born in Jamaica and then I moved to the UK. I went to school in the UK and I still currently live in the UK. So if you grew up in Jamaica, you will know that it's normal for, like, you know, a parent to leave their children in Jamaica and move to like England or America or Canada or like any other foreign country just to make, like, you know, a better life, a better living for themselves, and then later on they'll send back for their children if they're not able to take their children at the same time with them. So when I was about 6-7, my mom had actually moved to England, and then she left myself and my siblings behind in Jamaica, because at the time when she was traveling to England, she wasn't able to travel with all her children at the same time, so she had to take the opportunity that she had. But obviously she had it in mind to come over and then, you know, send back to Jamaica to get her children to come over to be with her. As you could imagine, I was a little girl, and you know, little girls need their mamas. It doesn't matter who you're with, like, regardless of whatever the case, you always kind of need your mom. You just always need your mom, innit? So fast forward later, I believe like 5 years have gone by, and throughout that time I remember just missing my mom like so much. I used to be walking back from school and I used to just imagine, like, just seeing her face, like just imagine her coming home. Like, I was just constantly thinking of my mom. And those days, it's not like now where you have, like, you know, WhatsApp video call, FaceTime. You don't even have like WhatsApp. Mobile phone wasn't even so popular. That's when they had like the big brick phone, like them big hefty phones, and I didn't even have one of those. Those are the times when you had to like go to the phone box or go to like a calling place to call England. Like, the situation back then was so much more different from now. So, you know, we used to write letters. Oh my god, I love letters. As I was saying, fast forward 5 years later, I had a cousin and he passed away. Like, he was in Jamaica as well. He actually had an incident and he passed away, sadly. So throughout that time, my grandma, which is my mom's mom, my aunties and my uncles, they were going to travel back to Jamaica from England to go to the funeral and stuff like that. My mom wasn't going to travel back at the time because, you know, she wasn't able to. My grandma, my uncles, everyone traveled back to Jamaica at the time for the funeral. So when they came to the funeral, initially the plan was they're going to come to the funeral and they're going to take my older sister, the one before me, they're going to take her back to England with them, and then I'm going to come at a later date. Throughout the time that my grandma was there, she spoke to my mom, and they actually realized that, you know what, it would be a brilliant idea to take me back with them as well at the same time. So at this time I was so excited. I was just thinking, like, the thought of just being able to go to England and see my mom, like, as a little girl, I haven't seen my mom for like 5 years. I was just like, oh my god, like, so excited at just the thought of it. Throughout this time we had to, like, you know, get busy sorting everything out for me to come. By God's grace, everything worked out well, and then I was able to travel back with my grandma, my mom's mom, to come back to England. Oh my god, that day I can remember I was just so excited. I had all the emotions in a row, because for one, it was my first time ever getting on an airplane. Two, like, I was coming to England, and like the best part was that I'm gonna see my mom. Like, I dreamt about seeing my mom like for years. I think it was a night flight, so I left Jamaica like the evening, and then I traveled overnight, and then I got to England the following morning. These are the times when like Air Jamaica was running, so the flight was actually really nice, and on Air Jamaica they had like entertainment going on, so it was like really good. The flight was long, but I think because I was so excited by everything, that it wasn't even an issue for me. So when I finally got to the UK the following morning, and you know, we're going through the airport and everything, and I was thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna see my mom. Like, on the other side of this, I'm gonna see my mom, I'm gonna see my mom. So I'm so excited. You guys don't even understand Like, I was so happy. As we walked out of the airport now, me, my grandma, my uncles, like when we walk out of the airport, we've gone outside and we was waiting for like my other auntie and my mom to come, because my sister had traveled up like a week before me. We was there waiting now, and then like my auntie's car pulled up, or like my mom just burst out of the door, coming running out of the door, and then she grabbed me, and then I grabbed her, and I was just like, oh my god, it was such an emotional moment. She was just looking so beautiful. She was really young and trendy, and she just looked good, and I ear do up, and she was wearing a long blonde braid them and her knee-high boots and her tights, and she just turn up, and I was like, look for my mother nice. You know when you're dreaming about something for the longest time and you've had it, like it was the best feeling in the world. Like it was just such a beautiful moment. And I remember all of us just like driving home. I was just filled with so much joy, man, at that time. So anyways, fast forward, because I could just be talking about this forever, to over the next couple of weeks I've had to kind of like adjust to like life in a different country, the way the people speak, the food. We've had to look into going to school and everything. Like it was like our own new world for me. It wasn't for me, for my sister as well, because she came like a week before me, but we were still like gonna start school at the same time. Fast forward now to like going to school. I remember like we had went to go and get like our school uniforms, so we had to get like skirts and like blazers and tights, like our white shirts. So anyway, our first day at school, and honestly like me and my sister was just looking, like when we walked into the school, like there was so many kids, like English kids, that was looking at us and just staring at us, and we were just like staring back at them like one eye look pan like a wow. I remember my sister and I sat in this room. I can't remember if it was like an office or if it was a classroom, and this one girl came to the window and she started waving at us, and she was being really friendly, and we started waving back, and she became my friend, because it turned out that I was actually going to go into the same class that she was in, so which was really good. So I became friends with her. She was the first person that I became friends with in that school, and I still speak to her onto this day. Like she's a very friendly girl, very nice girl. She's on like my WhatsApp or whatever, we speak time to time. But I remember that first moment going to school, like entering into the class. It was just like the strangest experience, because moving to like a whole new country, going to like a whole new school, it's such a big thing for like for anyone, especially like a child. So like the first couple of days of school was like cool, you know, we're trying to get used to things. All the kids was kind of like, you know, some of them was friendly, some of them was nosy, some, you know, they started calling us yardy gal in the school. It's just like a term of saying like Jamaican gal. They would just start busting out patois, even if it not sound good, then we start busting out patois. My sister and I were obviously in different classes, so eventually we started making, you know, friends or whatever. But once I started settling in, I started to become my own person, because trust me, there were times in the school that I was being tested like crazy. I have the maddest story times to tell you guys. If you guys are interested, I will be doing them later on. Like the transition was just like such a big deal. You know, we started going to school, everything was cool. We've met quite a few friends. I've met quite a few friends in that school. I've had quite a few fights in that school as well. Thumbs up if you want story times on the times that I've had fights in school as well. But yeah, overall it was just like a crazy transition. I'm really grateful for the fact that I've experienced being born and like growing up in Jamaica, and then I've also have the side of me that has grown up to an extent in the UK, because I feel like I've had best of both worlds. And I feel like if I didn't grow up in Jamaica, a lot of the things that has been installed in me as a child, I wouldn't really have understood the values of now, if you get what I'm saying. I really appreciate like every part of my journey, because I feel like that's what makes me the person that I am today. So a lot of people that are born in the UK, they're like, yeah, I'm Jamaican, but they're not Jamaican, because they don't understand like the real extent and the real life of Jamaica, like being born in Jamaica, having to like go to school, walk to school as a little girl, or go down the road to get to the bus by yourself, go to school way over so as a little girl. Them not understand water gone out of the pipe and you have to go catch water down there in a one jug. Them not understand go down there to go pick mango off a smelly tree and come back up. Like, them not understand a lot of things. I really am happy that I get to I've had that lifestyle and experience that kind of life. But that's it for the story time, you guys. Honestly, I kind of was just reminiscing on life, and I thought that I'm going to talk about like my journey of like me coming here. I don't know if I've covered everything, but there are actually things that I want to talk about like before me coming here, and things that I want to talk about after me coming here. And I have story times about what happens in school. I want to talk about things that happens after school. I do document these things because it's good for me to look at a certain times when I want to remember certain things, and also for my child and for anyone who enjoys it. I think those are the reason why I like to record like these kind of things. But I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. There wasn't like a massive punchline to it, but I'll be doing a lot more fun story time soon. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.